Hi everybody, my name is Dory. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a very special video. Today, on September 12th, 2019, it is 3 years ago that I had my weight loss surgery. I chose to have vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and that was done exactly 3 years ago today. So although I have a cold, I sound terrible, I feel even worse than I sound, I am going to get through this video because I am so excited. So let me tell you guys my stats first. So I am Dory, I am 47 years old. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on 9/12/16, which I just said. I had that weight loss surgery with Dr. Darren Tischler in Hartford, Connecticut at Hartford Hospital. My highest recorded weight was 350 pounds. My surgery weight was 300.5, and I am now 165. So that is a 185-pound loss from my highest weight, 135.5 from my surgery weight, and I cannot be more happy with the results. So today is a video where I'm going to go over my 10 tips of what I would have told myself or what I wish I would have focused more on during this last 3 years. So I hope that you guys like this video. I hope that I can help someone else out there. And yeah, let's jump into it. I'm so excited. Okay, so number one, it is a journey. So I know in the beginning, I remember when I was post-op and it was 1 week and 2 weeks and the first month and the second month. And I just wanted to rush it. I just wanted to get to the end. I know I'm a very practical person anyway, and so I always want to go from point A to point B. And so I know that I wish I would have had someone tell me that it's a journey and that it's going to happen naturally and that this tool works really well. Number two, be kind to yourself. This is huge. I know for us, when we first have the surgery, you know, we really want to lose fast. We want to see the results. We want to be able to just really move forward at a fast pace. We want the end result, which is normal, but be kind to yourself along the way. Stop judging yourself in the mirror. Oh, look at that. You know, I lost 50 pounds, but oh my gosh, look at my, you know, my butt is still big or whatever. You know, so I would have been kinder to myself. Number three, just because the scale isn't moving doesn't mean that you're not losing inches. That is huge, huge. Up until recently, within the last couple months, actually, I had focused on the scale way too much. Now, I am just the same as anybody else where I want to see that number. I want to see that number. Recently, when I have got down to 165, that for me was a magic number. It just looks good on the scale. And so when I went down from seeing a 3 in the first place, and then a 2, and then Wonderland, I see that 1. That was amazing. And I'm not saying that that couldn't be amazing for everyone else. Excuse me. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't focus on the scale a little bit, but don't let it like determine your happiness, especially since we know that we lose inches as we're losing pounds. There's going to be maybe 3 days in a row that you lose some weight, and then the 4th day or the 5th day or the 6th day even, or a whole week goes by and you're not losing anything. Definitely remember that you are losing inches. Number 4, you can do it. Everyone that I'm talking to out there, whether you haven't had surgery yet, you're about to have surgery, you have had surgery, you've had a little bit of regain, whatever the case may be for each individual person, you can do it. You are stronger than you think. That is a huge phrase that I have to keep telling myself. I am stronger than I think I am. I can do much more than I can even imagine that I can do. And so always remember that you can do it. You can use this tool. You can lose the weight. You can be healthy. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't, and especially don't tell yourself that you can't, because you can do it. We all can do it. Number 5, this is huge. Don't compare yourself to others. This we all can fall into at some point or another. Sometimes it can be celebrities, sometimes it could be other weight loss surgery individuals, it could be the neighbor, whatever it may be. Don't compare yourself to others. Also, don't compare your journey to someone else's journey. Because Sally lost 10 pounds her first month and you've only lost 8, doesn't mean that Sally's going to lose more weight than you in the end. Just because Fred goes to the gym, half as much as you do, and he hasn't lost anything, but you've lost 50 pounds, poor Fred, he shouldn't feel bad. Fred's on his own journey. And so just because others have done or seem that they've done better than you, please don't compare your journey to them. We're all on an individual journey, and it's going to look like something different for you than it has for me. I have 6 kids, 4 of them are at home. Now I have my niece in my care, and I'm busy. I have a very busy life. I don't have time maybe to check into the gym during the summertime when the kids are home from school, or maybe I don't have time to get to the store and get that one meat product I wanted, or whatever it could be. But that doesn't mean that my journey is any less better than someone else's. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to find my ultimate goal of 160 for me. It's also not going to mean that because, Sally weighs 140 and she's the same height, which is 5'4" that I am. Sally can be 140 and that might look fantastic on Sally. Sally might be 150 and that looks phenomenal, but 160 looks good on Dory. That's what we have to focus on, our journey. Number 6, be patient. It will happen. So this is definitely easier said than done. Being patient with the way that the scale is moving, or being patient with the way that the foods are tasting, or being patient as you're finding your rhythm. I can honestly say that the first year to a year and a half of my journey was really discovering new things, new NSVs, new foods, new comforts, just all this new stuff, and that happened within the first year and a half. And then the second year and a half for me was discovering what the rhythm is to everything, and how things that I eat in my own body are so different from what Sally or Fred eats in their body. And that's okay, because Sally and Fred are on their own journey, and it definitely is going at their own pace. So be patient. Be kind to yourself, as I said earlier, and be patient. It's going to happen. This tool is there for us to work it. Just like you're using a hammer to build a home. If the hammer just sits there and you don't pick it up and use it, you're not going to build your home. So just like that, we need to be using our tool, do the things that we need to do, and it's going to happen. So be patient. Number 7. This is probably in the top 3. Listen to your surgeon, your nutritionist, your dietitian. Listen to them. They are in the position as they are for a reason. If they tell you don't eat cake and chips and soda and all that stuff, don't do it. Don't go ahead and go against the grain because you saw Sally or Fred have some Fritos the other day. No, listen to your surgeon. Listen to their advice. They know. They're the ones, hopefully, you have selected a surgeon that you trust. I mean, we're getting put under and they're going inside our bodies and making these changes. I hope you put all your trust in them, because they're changing you, and you better trust them if you're going to be under, because you can't fight for yourself when you're under. So listen to your nutritionist. When they tell you to take all your vitamins and what vitamins to take every single day, do it. Take your vitamins. Listen to their recommendations. And if you fall off here or there, I've done this several times. I go back and I see my nutritionist. I say to them, okay, I've been doing keto for a while and I'm kind of stuck. Can you set me back to what you guys would recommend at this point in my journey that I eat? Every single time I get back on the wagon, I do my stuff for a couple months, then I go back to keto because that's what works for me, every couple months on, couple months off. And they just set it back and they give me some advice, some meal plan, some meal prep, new recipes that I haven't discovered yet, new things that I can do to enhance my journey. We have to be our own advocates. We have to advocate for ourselves, and we have to go out there and figure it out. No one's going to come to your house, hold your hand, feed you, give you something to drink, and by all means, please advocate for yourself. Okay, number 8. This is really very important too. I've seen a lot of people doing this. I've seen a lot of people who have kind of tested the waters. And I saw another weight loss surgery person in our community mention this in a video many months ago. But she said, don't try out foods. Don't try them, even though your surgeon and dietitian, everything says you can't have it. Don't try them to see whether or not you can eat them. Just because you can eat them doesn't mean that you should. And so don't try them. Oh, let me go to the restaurant and let me try this big, huge piece of chocolate fudge cake. Let me see how many bites I can take before I'm going to get sick. Let me keep pushing the envelope. Don't do it. Don't try out foods. If you've never had the foods, you never know what you're missing, so therefore you're never going to have them and hurt yourself. Again, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm sick. I'm sorry I have to blow my nose on camera. I'm sorry about all this. But this is actually for me. I document my stuff for me. I hope I help some people along the way. But just so you know, like, if it's causing you to struggle because I'm blowing my nose, I'm really sorry. Fast forward the video, but I'm sick. I'm sick as a dog now. Next. 9. Chew slow. Be aware of what you're eating. It's called mindful eating, mindfulness. When you're eating and the dietitian or the surgeon has told you in the beginning to take a half an hour to eat when you're fresh out of surgery, they say that for a reason. Even at 3 years post-op, 3 years today, I still remind myself to eat slow because I'm going to tell you, it makes the world of difference between satisfied from your hunger and hurting in your stomach. It makes a world of difference. If I'm, like right now, it is about, I don't even know what time it is, 10 o'clock maybe in the morning. I haven't eaten. I've been intermittent fasting, which I normally do, and I haven't eaten since about 6 p.m. yesterday. So it's like almost 16 hours maybe by now. And so I know that I'm hungry. I feel hungry. After I do this video, I'm going to go and break my fast. I'm going to have an egg chalupa. I've been craving eggs. I'm going to make an egg chalupa with the cheese. If you want to know what that is or how to make it, it's on my Instagram. But anyhow, so if I go and I'm so hungry and I'm not mindful eating, then I'm going to eat that so fast that my pouch is going to get filled and I'm going to get sick. I'm going to make myself uncomfortable. Something is going to happen and it's not going to be good. So mindful eating is really, really healthy. It's really great going forward. It's something we should all practice. Imagine how much the world, this is a side note, but how much the world would be a better place if we waited before speaking our mind and was mindful about whether or not that would hurt the other person. Let's think about that for a minute. Let's now use that when we're having food or drink or something. Be mindful of what you're putting into this temple, into this amazing body that you have fought so hard to get. If you have regained, fight to get it off. You've come this far. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on this journey. You can do it. You will do it. But please, chew slow. Be aware of what your tastes are. Stop when you're full. I know some of us have this mechanism. I know my When I start getting full, my nose runs for whatever reason. They're scientific with the type of surgery we had or whatever. But I try to be mindful. If I'm not mindful, I get a tummy ache, and I hate that feeling. Now, because I had sleeve surgery, I don't have dumping. Dumping is associated with only gastric bypass, because they take out the small intestine and reroute it, and so it dumps right into there. That's where that came from. We don't have that with vertical sleeve, and so but we do get sick. Sugar can be very sensitive to some of us, or something else can be very sensitive to the sleeve patients. So we can get sick, but we don't get the throwing up and the sweats and the panicking and your heart beating fast, and you just want to die because it hurts so bad, that I've heard that the bypass patients have. So just be mindful. And while I'm on this thing about ingesting the food, don't drink for before 30 minutes after you eat. This is so crucial. You will get a stomach ache. You will push the nutrients through your pouch too soon, and your body will miss out on those good nutrients. So please, eat mindfully. Don't drink for 30 minutes after you eat. Let your body digest. Let your pouch process those good foods that you're giving it. Try to be mindful of what you're eating, what you're putting into your body. Try to make it as clean and as organic as possible. And then number 10, which I think is so important, so important. I think this has got to be number 1. I would say, maybe number 2, but number 1, and I have it number 10, document everything that you're doing. This is how I started this channel. I started my first video, if you want to go down and watch, the very first video, I was a few hours after surgery. I think I had surgery at 10 o'clock in the morning. I was done and in recovery and everything, and in my room by 2 in the afternoon. I slept most of the time, was very tired. But I think it was like 8 o'clock that night, I filmed my very first video introducing myself. So document everything. If you can get a YouTube channel, get one. Document the stuff. Whether you share it or not is up to you. Take pictures. I know for me, I didn't have many pictures. I have some pictures that I did because I didn't want my kids to not see me in pictures as they grew up. Now I take pictures crazy, and I don't think I'm a crazy lady to take selfies all the time. I don't care. I like the way I look. I like my body. I like the hard work I've put in. Measure your inches, as I said earlier. You know, make sure that you are measuring your inches so that if you don't see the number on the scale, you're still seeing the inches lost, and you know that you have something going on good in your journey, and you're losing the weight, and that'll come later, but the inches are going to come off at certain times as well. But document and take pictures, because those days are coming, guys. When we have a rough day like today, it looks a little bit more brighter behind me at that window, but it's not. It's raining. It's starting to get a little bright, but it's going to start raining again. And I have days where I'm in a funk. I'm depressed. I'm like, ugh, this is happening and that's happening, and life is coming at me. And then I have other days that I'm like, ugh, I look horrible in these pants, or did I even lose any weight, or whatever the case may be. I can document everything, and in my time hop on my Facebook, it comes up. In my Instagram, I can go back to when I started my Instagram, seeing the transition photos, seeing how I get the transformation going. You get to see that. I have pictures I've never shared with anybody. I don't know, maybe I'll put one on the end of this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I don't know. I think for the most part, most of the people who see this, journey on my YouTube are not personal friends of mine, so maybe I will. But I've taken pics in my bra and my underwears that I have, and I recently did an update, and you can see the difference, and you can see all these different changes. I'll put a couple, I guess, at the end of this video. Be nice. If you're going to comment something bad, don't comment something bad. Just move on. But documenting it and taking those pictures and then looking back at the pictures that maybe you haven't seen, oh my gosh, it motivates me like nothing else. And seeing the pics of you guys that you guys share on your Instagram or in your on your videos, whatever, amazing. it makes all the difference. It is a world of difference to see those transformation pictures. I try on a regular basis to take pictures of myself, and I try to share them on my Instagram for Transformation Tuesday, or Face-to-Face Friday, or whatever the hashtags are, or just cuz. And it just makes such a difference. And so take those pictures, take that journey, do that stuff. So it's going to help you on the times that you don't feel like you're losing. Or there's times when our mind plays tricks on us and we could have lost. I remember when I went from surgery 300 and I was like 250, but that I don't know, number on the scale just tripped me up, like 250, are you really losing anything? And I'd be stuck at the number of like what that really means in pounds. But then I would put a side-by-side, which I have an app called Collageable. I think it's Collageable, whatever it is. That's the app that I use doing side-by-sides, or 3 pictures in a row or 4 pictures in a row of a transformation. And that makes the world of difference and gets me through those hard times. So with that being said, the video is already 21 minutes long. I am so thankful to have done this journey, to have gone through this. I have no regrets, absolutely, without a doubt, not even a hint, not even a breath of regret of doing this surgery 3 years ago. And I made it. I made it 3 years. It's been 3 years, and I'm going to tell you guys that in the beginning it seems like it's going to take forever, and it feels like the first month took 6 months, and the first year it's already been 2 years. But I'm going to tell you that once you reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it is a blink of an eye. You can't even remember that much time has passed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry I'm sick. I hope I'm not sick for too much longer. But I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. You can do it.